Hello students, today we are going to discuss a concept which is called maximum elongation in ideal spring which are massless springs. Like, as far as this problem is concerned and as per my personal experience, students find it difficult or sometimes they try to go for method called as reduced mass system without understanding the problem. They know how to get the answer, but they are unaware of what is going in this problem and what is the true concept. So I want to discuss this problem now, and as a sample problem I have selected a problem which is 1.152 from the famous book I.E. Irodov. I have not written the complete text of this question. I have just copied the figure. I have copied the figure from the book which says that you have two masses m1 m2 and they are on a frictionless horizontal surface, right? They are on a frictionless horizontal surface. Initially both the masses are at rest. Spring is undeformed. It is in the relaxed mode, natural length, and then on this mass m2 we are applying a constant force capital F. I repeat the question again. Initially m1 and m2 are two masses which are at rest on a frictionless horizontal surface connected by a spring which is in relaxed mode, no deformation, having constant K, and a force capital F is applied on mass m2. And now we have to find maximum elongation. In fact, we have to find the maximum separation between the two masses, right? So before I solve this question, I would like to take a very simple problem. Before I go for the solution of this question, I will try or I will teach you a very simple problem on the similar concept. Here we have spring which is attached to a wall, right? One end of a spring is attached to the wall, other end of the spring is suppose attached to some mass m and it has constant K. And now this mass is at rest on a frictionless surface. It is at rest on a frictionless surface, and now we apply a force F over the mass. We apply a force on this mass. At this time this spring is relaxed. It has no deformation. It is in the natural length. Mass m is at rest, spring is relaxed, system is on a frictionless surface, and now you are applying a constant force capital F. And we want to know what is the maximum elongation in this spring. That's my target. Our target is to find the maximum elongation in this spring, right? Well, if I try to write equation for this particle m, let's say at certain time the particle m is at x distance from the initial place, it moves x distance forward, and if it moves x distance in forward direction, certainly the spring will be now elongated. And if this spring is elongated, according to Hooke's law, it will apply a force in the backward direction which is K times x. This is according to Hooke's law of elasticity. Apart from this Kx force, we have this capital F also. And if I assume that the acceleration of mass m is in the forward direction, let's say this mass has acceleration in the forward direction. Now if you write Newton's second law equation, which is F equals to ma, so for this mass m which has force F on the right side and Kx on the left side, you can write F minus Kx equal to its mass m times A. And through kinematics you can convert this A, right? I will bring down m and then I can write A equals to F over m minus K over m times x. And now I will substitute this acceleration as double derivative of x. right? So this a can be written as double derivative of x as per the definition given in the kinematics. Let's say f upon m is a and k upon m is b. So I write this in this format. A is which is f by m, and b I denote k by m. So this is a and b now, right? Now this is a differential equation in mathematics. This equation is nothing but a differential equation, and I am not going to solve this equation. We will not solve this equation. This is just for your knowledge that we have some differential equation. To find maximum value of elongation, we have some other method. To find maximum x, we have some other method, and that method is, we all know that maximum elongation will occur at the time, right? For maximum elongation, we will apply another theorem which is called work energy theorem, according to which if the mass has been displaced by distance small x, if the mass has been displaced by this much distance, work which is done by this force capital F will be Fx. Work done by this force, it is the force multiplied by displacement, and against that force spring is doing some work, spring will also do some work. So work done by spring can be written as minus half kx square. Notice the negative sign because the spring force is acting to the left side, whereas the mass m is moving to the right side. So we have force and displacement in the opposite directions, and therefore we are using the work done by spring as minus half kx square. According to work energy theorem, total work by all forces on this particle should be change of its kinetic energy. So if this mass has velocity v at some time, if we assume its velocity as v, then the change of kinetic energy will be half m v square, which is the kinetic energy at this point, minus the kinetic energy in the beginning. But in the beginning the mass was at rest, so there was no kinetic energy. Notice that right hand side can never be a negative value. Because of mass and v square, the right hand side cannot be a negative number, and therefore you can simply write that fx minus half kx square has to be a positive value, and if it has to be a positive value, it directly gives you x less than equals to 2f over k. X is less than equals to 2f by k. That's a simple answer. In fact, if I bring down this mass m to the left side, if I bring down m to the left side, so you will get f over m. If I bring down this m on the left side, I will get f upon m on the left side, and I will get k upon m to the left side. And this, through proper mathematics, you can write that x is less than equals to twice of f upon m over k upon m. You should not skip this statement. You bring down this mass m to the left side, you will get f upon m, k upon m. You will take x, you will factorize the left side equation, you will factorize it, and then if you use proper mathematics, you will know that x less than equals to 2f by m upon k by m. Now I will connect this solution, to the differential equation. I will connect this solution to the differential equation, according to which the maximum value of x for such kind of differential equations, if you have a differential equation in this format, now you can use this result for next questions. From this differential equation and through physics, we are knowing that the maximum value of x coming in this differential equation is twice of a over b. The maximum value of x, right? Notice that there are two things which are running parallel to each other. One is physics. We are using physics here, and we are using mathematics here. According to physics, the maximum displacement is twice of A by B. And now I will connect this solution to the differential equation solution. For any differential equation which is in this form, you can directly put that maximum of x will be 2 times of A by B. So this was the theory. In fact, this was not the problem part. This was the theory which you should learn and which you should apply for other questions. So if now I as a student, if I know all these concepts, if you know all these concepts, then this problem is now very easy for you. You have to convince yourself that any differential equation which has this form and the variable is x has a maximum value of x equals to twice of A by B. Now I will use this result for this question now, or any other question. Let's say at some time our mass m1 is moved to the right side by x1 distance and mass m2 is moved to the right side by x2 distance. So that's m2 mass and that is m1 mass. A force F is also there. Obviously, if I assume x2 to be more than x1, then elongation in this spring is elongated now. And you can write the elongation of the spring as x2 minus x1. You can write this elongation as x2 minus x1. Now the acceleration of second mass. You can write down the acceleration of second mass. Acceleration of second mass, which will be double derivative of its displacement, and which is according to Newton law, total force on this mass. Notice that when the spring will be elongated, there will be a force in the left side direction on it, which is kx. A force on block 1 will be on the right side, kx, where x will be the deformation, and the deformation in this spring is nothing but x2 minus x1. So now d2x over dt2 for this block number 2, which defines acceleration, will be f minus kx divided by m2. And now acceleration of block 1, which is according to kinematics d2x1 over dt2, and according to Newton law, it is the force on block 1, which is kx, and divided by m1. If you subtract these two equations, if you subtract this equation and this equation, like subtracting second equation from the first equation, you get d2 over dt2 of left hand side you will get x2 minus x1, and the right hand side you will get f over m2 minus k 1 over m2 plus 1 over m1 times x. Notice that x2 minus x1 is equals to the x. So you get d2x by dt2 is f over m2 minus k 1 over m2 plus 1 over m1 times x. Now think, this differential equation is exactly similar to this equation. Both the differential equations are identical. So now I can take the advantage of all the hard work which we have done here. Now you can take the advantage. We did a lot of hard work in this question, and now I will use this result. Any differential equation in this form, the maximum value of x can be twice of A by B. Now you compare this differential equation with this one. So in place of A, you have f over m2. In place of B, you have k 1 over m2 plus 1 over m1. So now I can directly give, without solving differential equation, you can directly put that maximum value of x, which is the maximum elongation, will be 2 times. In place of A, you have f over m2, and then in place of B, we have k 1 over m1 plus 1 over m2, and that's the answer. This is the maximum elongation of a spring in this numerical. Right. So I have used some mathematics here now. Many books solve this question by the center of mass method, center of mass frame, momentum, and other topics. I would recommend you to learn this concept which is a mathematical concept that if you have a differential equation in this format, you can directly put that the maximum value of x will be twice of this value a divided by b. And I have used this concept in this question. I will give one more example to you now for a better understanding. I will give one more example. Let's say one more example is, we have two masses. Let's say we have mass m here. Attached to that mass we have a spring, another mass is 2m. Let's say we have two masses. And you apply a force of, suppose that 3F over this mass and F on this mass. Let's say we are applying forces on both masses. They are at rest. They both are at rest. And this spring is undeformed in the relaxed mode, having a length of L0. Now I want to find maximum elongation. I want to find the maximum elongation now. So as we discussed in the previous concepts, like let's say mass m travels forward x1 and mass 2m goes x2. If 2m moves forward x2 and m moves forward x1, then you can simply write that the elongation will be x2 minus x1, and let's say it is x, denoted by x. After elongation, after the spring will be elongated, mass 2m will have force 3F on the right hand side and a force by the spring kx on the left side, whereas mass m will have capital F to the right side and a force by the spring on the right side. So these are the forces on both masses. Now you can write down the acceleration of this mass as double derivative of x2, and according to Newton law you can write 3F minus kx divided by 2m net force divided by mass. According to kinematics, the acceleration of mass m can be written as d2 x1 by dt2, and Newton law, as per the Newton law, you can write it kx plus f, because they are in the same directions, divided by m. Now I will subtract these two equations so that I get d2. I will subtract this equation from this equation. So on the left hand side you will get x2 minus x1. On the right hand side, if you subtract these two, which is 3f minus kx by 2m and minus kx plus capital F by m. x2 minus x1 is elongation in the spring, which is denoted by capital X, sorry, small x. And now I get 3f over 2m and minus f over 2m. 3f over 2m minus f over 2m, which is f over 2m. And then I get minus kx by 2m and minus kx by m, which is minus 3k by 2m times x, which is again in the same format. I will turn down the page, which is again in the same format, d2x by dt2 equals to a minus bx. So maximum is 2 times of a by b. So this is our constant a and this one is constant b. Now you can directly write down that the maximum elongation will be twice of f by 2m divided by 3k over 2m. So this is the answer for question now. I hope the concept is clear to you. There are other methods to solve this question. There are 3-4 methods. In fact, you can solve this question by multiple methods. One is by the concept of simple harmonic oscillation. One is by the concept of frame of center of mass. Right. Lot of methods are there. 3-4 methods are there. I would recommend for this method, it will hardly take 2 to 3 minutes. And now by this method you can find out maximum elongation of any kind of spring block system which is acted upon by some constant forces. Hope this concept is clear to you. Still, if you have any doubt or something is not clear, always free to write the message in the comment box. You have my WhatsApp number. You can call to me or you can send a message to me. Take care, stay at home, and all the best for your JEE exams.